Funny enough, I played Come On, and you came on screen there. Okay. I mean, in a good way.
It was a very
Good
apt
morning.
moment,
How you
wasn't
doing?
it? I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. It's morning. It's the 7th of April. I'm shocked every time every week comes in because I'm just like, time is just moving far too quickly for me. It's moving too
It
quick.
does,
We
doesn't
are
it?
already in April now. April Fool's
Mm.
done, gone. We didn't play any April Fool's jokes, by the way, did we? I
No,
wanted
we
to,
didn't.
but
No.
I wanted to get someone to ring up and pretend they were some sort of superstar and get you really excited, like it's Idris on the phone. I was going to try and get Capone because Capone is really good at voices and say, ring up Sharky on the breakfast, contact on the breakfast flight show and pretend that you're like Idris and then come on and get him all excited. But it was just not enough time. I really, really wish I did that now. But we're in the 7th of April, and but what also comes with April, normally what comes with April, what happens in April
Showers.
normally? Yeah,
Showers.
April showers. It's
Yeah.
April sunshine, I'm telling you. It's been
It's brilliant.
killing
It's
it
just brilliant.
with some absolutely fantastic weather. Now, before I get into the weather watch, let me just quickly say hello to everyone on Mixcloud. Maureen Renee, Susie Cruz, good morning. Sharky DJ, you're logged in. Kimmy Kim, Wolf Michael. Now, Sharky and I had a discussion about this morning. Is it Wolf Michael Fister or Feister? I keep calling you Wolf Michael Fister.
Pfizer. Pfizer. It's Pfizer. I'm sure it's Pfizer. Come on,
There's
Wolf
a
Michael. Is
stir
it?
in there.
Am I pronouncing it right or sheep? Because she keeps saying Fister
No,
like
because the
fist,
Pete's
and I'm saying it's
silent.
Pfizer. It's Pfizer. I'm sure it's Pfizer,
I
but I
want to
might
get
be
your
wrong
name
anyway.
right. I want to get your name right because you come into the show every day, and I keep saying Wolf Michael Fister.
No,
Right,
it's
so I'm
Pfizer.
not laughing,
I'm sure I
but
got it right.
please.
I'm almost confident that I got it right. Oh gosh.
Anyway, good morning to DJ and Net 200, Jack's Happy Delight. Good to see you, my lovely. You know I try and tune into your show. Work beckons. I can't get in, and I've got no signal at work. It's
Morning delight.
horrible.
Good morning, morning,
I can't
morning.
see any shows. Kelsa P, Mary King, Laurie, Cheryl A, Lisa, D Brown, Carl Bassett, Black Pearl, VJ, First Lady, Sharky DJ. You logged in about 3 times. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning to everybody. Welcome to the Breakfast Flight Show. Welcome to this lovely, lovely sunny morning. I love the fact that we are waking up with daylight, right? Open my eyes and it's daylight. It's not darkness. It's not cloudy. It's not snowing, but there is
It's
some
so nice, isn't it, when the
sunshine.
sunshine is shining, though, isn't it? It's really such a
Makes you
nice,
smile,
lovely
makes you
feeling.
happy. It's
Does
that
make you
it.
happy. The rain makes you miserable, and but when it's bright outside and it actually looks and it's actually warm. Oh, yes, lovely, love it.
Yeah. Well, the weather's continuing to set records for this month, and it's going to continue all the way up to apparently Saturday the 12th, where it's going to reach highs of 21 degrees
Wow.
centigrade. So it's not exactly beach weather, although you might think
Mm,
some people up north, as Sharky would say, thinks that it's summer. Because I saw people going to the Grand National on Saturday. I was coming back from
mm.
London. People were going out. I was on the Liverpool train, so everyone was going to Liverpool. I saw some girls in some strapless dresses in the morning, and it's cold like now. It's the sun's out,
Yeah.
but it's cold. No tights, no nothing on their feet, little high heel shoes, no jacket, no jumper, no backup, nothing. That's how they were going straight. I got to give it to people in the West Midlands. I got to give it to you, proper. Round of applause for coming out in just a little bit of clothes and balancing the weather on your bare back. One girl came on the train, she had goosebumps, she looked blue. She looked blue. She looked that cold. I was just like, I should give you my jumper, but I'm not because it's going to teach you a lesson. Although you're young,
Yeah.
get a cardigan. There's some nice cardigans, that could look nice. Sounds old, doesn't it, cardigan? It's warm.
So yeah,
It
I haven't
is
heard that.
warm.
I've not heard that word cardigan in a long time.
Who still wears cardigan? I always wear a
Mm.
cardigan. See, when I go to work, I've got a cardigan under my jacket, a cardigan at work just in case it's cold. The long ones. Ever since
Yeah.
COVID, the comfy clothes have reigned in and looked after us. So yes, I'm just looking forward to this weather remaining. I don't want to see any rain. I don't want to see
Mm.
rain. Kimmy Kim
No
said
more
it's a bit
rain.
chilly still. Have to put the heatings on in the evenings. I have to put it on in the morning. In the morning and in the evening. And by the time the sunshine comes out, it's not nice and warm. It's lovely and
Yes.
warm. So yes.
Mm. Get yourself in the WhatsApp group if you're not in the WhatsApp group, the Breakfast Flight Show WhatsApp group, because all the information will be posted there if you don't get it anywhere else. So I will post that into the chat at some point.
Yes.
HPQ.
Hey, thank you for all of that. And good morning, Spice. Nice. Susie Cruz says she hates AI on WhatsApp. Well, if you don't use it, yes. I actually had a conversation with mine. I was like, who's this? And it's like, oh, I'm your new WhatsApp chat, you know. And I'm saying, can I rename you? I don't want to call you Meta AI. So mine's called Penny. I just said that came up with a name. I've decided to call her Penny. So let's see. I'm kind of going to interact with her every day. I want to see what she can do. I want to see exactly what Penny can do. I
I
don't know
can't even
why I'm
see
getting
the
a phone
WhatsApp
call at
on
this
this.
time of the morning.
It's AI on my. Where do I find it? I can't see it. Can't see it.
Maybe it's not come to your phone yet. Maybe, you're not in that
Let me
blessed
check the
few
other
that's
one.
going to get the update at the moment. Sorry. Now, very, very quickly, I want to talk about this
Oh, I
Virginia.
see it. I see it now. It's not on the
Uh,
business one, but it's on the other one. Yes, the little
ah,
circle. I.
There we
Okay.
go. Now, very quickly, I want to talk about Virginia Giuffre. Now, last week I brought the fact that now she is the young lady that kind of brought Prince Andrew down, right? The
Mm.
subject of the matter of this whole Newsnight program, where Emily Matisse interviewed him, this car crash interview that saw him be removed from his royal duties up front. People didn't want to see him anymore. That unbelievably, I don't sweat type
Gosh.
scenario that he came with. Anyway, Virginia Giuffre was the one that was in the picture where he had his hands round her. He was saying that the picture wasn't authentic. She was saying she was. She was 17 years old when she was with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, she's been living a relatively quiet life in Australia, where she had actually recamped to or emigrated to. And she's recently come back on social media. All of a sudden, she's come on social media with bruised face, her saying that she's got days to live. Her organs are shutting down. She was in a major car crash with a bus collision. And I thought, wow, oh my God, she's going to die. Was this a setup? Were people trying to kill her because she's coming back in after Prince Andrew? He's back in the news in regards to her again. Now, people are refuting the story, saying it can't be true because there was a woman that came out saying that she was on the actual bus that collided with the car and there wasn't much damage. So she doesn't understand how this woman has got so much injuries and and stating that she's got days to live. I don't understand. Maybe she's got this syndrome, Munchausen's by proxy. I don't know. Depends on what it is. But yeah, I don't understand why, if she's making up this story, why? I mean, she would have got a big payout from Prince Andrew, unless she's blown all that money already and looking for more
Mm.
money through the sake of interviews and highlighting herself on social media. I don't understand the story. I don't understand. And if she's only supposed to have days to live, then really she shouldn't be alive right now. Clock's ticking,
Mm.
Virginia. Clock's ticking.
So lots going on
Now,
there.
yeah, so let's see what's going on. Let's see. Prince Andrew's still denying this. He's still trying to get into. I swear he's still trying to get into the spotlight. Someone's paying for that home he's in, and he ain't doing nothing for royal duties. And they have a go at Harry and Meghan, right? They're kind of moving away from the fact that they've got a paedophile in the royal family. This
Mm.
guy should not. His name should not even be mentioned. To be quite
Yeah.
honest with you. And the reason why I'm mentioning him is because some
Mm.
emails have been released and they were disclosed in a filing by the Financial Conduct Authority, right? And
Mm-hmm.
this is because Barclays boss Jess Stanley was good friends with Epstein. And they're talking about the movements of money within Barclays because they were friends. And there was an email. Okay, now Prince Andrew said, now this was in the Emily Matisse conversation where he said he went to see Epstein even after he had got charged. He went to see Epstein because he personally wanted to say that they couldn't be friends anymore. We remember that clearly. But there's been emails that show suggestions that they're saying we will play some more soon. Now, what that
Wow.
means exactly, I have no idea. But there was an email with Epstein inviting Andrew to meet this Barclays boss on the 27th of February, saying Jess Stanley will be in London next Tuesday if you have time.
Mm.
And then Andrew replied, yes, he's coming. And then they engaged in a discussion about press articles. And then they said, Andrew told Epstein, okay, I'll see you soon, where we will play some more soon. So Andrew's a liar. He's an
Mm.
absolute liar. He had no means whatsoever to cut off Epstein. He was still being friends with Epstein. What this
Yeah.
playing some more means exactly, I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know what the royal household is going to do with this liability called Prince Andrew. He's a definitive liability. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not a royalist anyway, but I don't get paying money to people that have been charged or not charged. This is the whole reason why he hasn't been charged
Mm.
um, with crimes like this. I'm not into paying for the royal family. I don't understand why my taxes are going there. And this is just a joke.
Well, apparently the royal family they bring money into the UK because people come to see them, so it's a tourist attraction, isn't it? So that's one of the reasons they do try to keep the royal family. But like you said, they're the royal family; they're protected. It's a bit
Well,
like a
they could
stupid
still
dog.
have Buckingham Palace in all its glory
Mm.
without the royal family. Why do we have
Well,
to have a royal family?
they want
It's
someone
like the
in there,
Tower
don't
of
they?
London. You know, the royal family don't
Mm.
live in the Tower of London, but people come to see that.
Yeah,
That's not, the royals don't live there.
yeah, but they're here, and people like the royals. It's like they worship them like gods, but they're just human like us. They are going into a box just like us. But,
Imagine
some
how much
humans
money we would save if we didn't have to pay Prince Andrew.
would save a lot of money. And I'm sure there's a lot of money that's going to him in the background that we don't know about because obviously we could never tell. But
Oh,
you know
he's
what?
got backhanders. He's friends with the Chinese spy, isn't he? That's another story to come out. Andrew, you naughty boy, Andrew.
Did you send off those prizes?
Yes,
You did?
yes.
Oh, great. I'm going to call and find out to make sure they got them because long last. Okay.
Anyway, coming back to the
Hold
news
on a
now.
second. Did you send off those prizes?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, coming back to the news, okay? Good morning to everyone who's just joined. Cheryl A, good morning, John J.E. Now, coming back to some news. Do you know, I was on my emails the other day and I saw G-Spot come up and I was thinking, what's this on my email? What's going on? Well, I subscribe to Groupon and Groupon has actually changed its name. They are changing their name to G-Spot.
Wow.
Yeah, they're saying that they are rebranding to reflect what they do best, and basically they're saying that G Spot is the most apt name.
Ah. So they've gone from Groupon to G Spot.
I think so.
It's
No,
definitely
I'm only joking. It was an April Fool's joke last week that I should have really played that. I was
Oh,
trying to play it
okay.
now. It's not really working, is it?
I was like, mm.
It was a good one though. It's a very good one. But no, seriously, and you know, I'm all for this new terminology that's coming out these days. Now, a new one that's come out, I never heard of this. When I was reading some news, I was thinking, what is this? What is this going on? Now, are you a bear backer? Would you say you're a bear backer, Sharky?
Depends on what it's talking about. Barebacker. I hope
Would
it's not.
you be?
It sounds kind of X-rated, and if it is, it's not for like a morning time. Oh my gosh, no!
What's HBQ going to
Somebody
come out
help
with?
her.
Oh, I'm not Carol Scott. I'm not a Carol Scott. I'm telling you. Carol, she's something else. I want to get her on
Bless
the
her.
show one day on a
We need
late
Carol
morning
Scott, Carol
breakfast show.
Scott, Sandra Ross, and Fiona. Those three, and Nina.
And
Those
HPQ's
four
just on the
together.
periphery. I'm just on the periphery. That's all, you know.
You're just
But
as bad.
but are you a barebacker, Sharky? Would you reckon? I mean, you travel a
Depends
lot. Are
on
you?
what a barebacker. What in what term?
No. So they've got a name now for people that travel or commute that don't have a book to read, that don't have a mobile phone, and that don't have a newspaper, and they're just gazing and checking people out. They're calling them barebackers,
Barebackers.
right? Because they've
We
got
call them
nothing to watch
voyeurs.
and nothing to do. Yeah, calling them the voyeurs, you could
The
say.
voyeurs, yeah.
So get your mind out the gutter. It's a
It was
perfectly
kind of in the
innocent
gutter
term.
for a moment. Definitely.
Yeah, barebackers, also known as raw doggers. I don't know where they get these names from. Barebackers, raw doggers. They're the people who sit without any form of entertainment and people watch, staring at passengers to pass the time.
Now that does sound really naughty. Raw doggers. Raw doggers.
Raw doggers or a
Sounds like
barebacker. I'm going to look for
sounds
them
like
now.
dugger duggers.
I'm going to look for them now. Absolutely. I'm going to look at someone and say, are you a barebacker? Are
Or
you a
raw
raw
dogger.
dogger?
Oh
Connotation
dear.
sounds different. A couple of years ago, that would have said something completely different, but now barebackers are the ones that don't have anything to do. And I suppose it's a wonder, isn't it? Because if you get on a bus or a tube nowadays, or any kind of form of transportation, even if you're sitting in a car next to someone, even in a restaurant, phones are out. They're up and they're out, and people are using them. They are a mainstay part of our life.
Yeah.
And as you know, that any time that you're going into every app, everything you get into has got 2 layers of authentication at the moment. You ever gone into things now or gone into your apps and it's saying we're going to send you a 6-digit code, or we're going to send you a code to your email if you want to log back in? It's absolutely crazy. And all I think is, if your mobile phone dies, what are you going to do?
In trouble. You're in trouble.
You are
'cause-
in absolute, because you can't pay for anything. I used to walk around with my cards all the time. Sometimes I walk around with one spare card in my bag. But if you don't have any cards and your mobile phone dies, you can't call the police. You can't call anyone. You can't get on nowhere. You can't call a taxi. You can't do absolutely nothing.
Well, if you
And
had
it's
an
not like the
iPhone-
old days.
If you had an iPhone, you can.
What happens with the iPhone? They magically get some battery power,
It has a.
and it flies
saves,
down from the Starlink.
saves a little bit of power connected to the satellite, and you can call emergency service, and they will find your phone.
Connect to what satellite?
The satellite. I'll show it to you.
How do you connect?
It comes up on your screen, like when you got no service, the satellite link comes up, so it connects directly to the satellite.
Oh, so when you're on a plane, you can connect to the satellite and.
I haven't tried it on a plane yet, but it's like if the phone dies, it connects. There's a connection for emergencies. I'll tell you what. I'll look into it and I'll let you know all about it tomorrow.
I would
in
like to
detail.
know. Anybody else want to know about this? Because I'm in amazement. You saw me sitting there with my mouth open. So what Sharky's saying
On the
is that if you
iPhone
have an iPhone,
16 and 15 and 16, I think it is.
from 15 and
6,
upwards,
15 upwards, yeah.
that your phone will save a minute amount of power and will connect to a satellite
For emergencies.
for emergencies. I'm going to look that up, Sharky DJ. Let's play a track. I need to look this up.
Sometimes when you're sort of in that kind of mood and you go onto Carol Scott's page, you're going to find something that cheers you up. That's going to make you laugh. That's going to make you go like, oh my God, Carol, please. But you know what? We definitely have to get Carol on a show, on a late night show one of these days, because she's so funny. And she
Listen,
just looks so innocent.
I tell you what, right? Sometimes I'm just like, I go onto the page and I read it. I'm like, oh my gosh. She put out one the other day and there were men admitting some stuff left, right and centre. Gone were the days where you asked if you partook in a little
Naughtiness.
a little carpet munching. I don't know what you call it these days. I don't know.
Listen,
I'm just trying to put it's
the watershed.
8:55. That's all I know.
We ain't
right?
going there because
We
I
ain't
know
going
where
there.
this conversation can go.
But I'm just saying to you, right? There were very few people that would say that they would do that. The plethora of men that came out, yeah, definitely, yep, don't care what it looks like, yep, I'm here, yep, yay, trophies, picture, like if there was a dictionary word for it, there'll be like a load of men in there, like, yes, this is us. It was amazing. I'm gonna get a T-shirt. I carpet munch. See how much people buy it.
Carpet munch actually is not to do with men. You know that, right?
I know,
Okay.
but I'm just the phrase I'm giving it right now because it's 8:56. That's all I'm saying to you. We're not mentioning any smegma this morning.
No. No, HPQ. Let's get away from that.
No
Be
smegma.
kids listening right now. It's holiday time. Gosh.
It's not holiday time yet. It's not unless it is. I'm sorry if I don't know the school
I
holidays.
think it's school holidays. I think so anyway. But
Good morning, G-Force. And Cheryl A said, as you said earlier on, Sharky, that she saw your response to Carol Scott's page. Well, listen, we have enough responses on there. You have to dig deep to find out all the responses. But I looked up what you said about the iPhone, and you are somewhat correct. somewhat correct. Now, and don't think this is special to iPhone either. Now, what it does is that it reserves some residual power, okay? When the battery is low, it reserves some residual power to ensure or to enable you to make emergency phone calls. And you are indeed correct that it does connect to a satellite to make SOS calls or satellite links or whatever you need to do. However, if the phone is dead, it's not going to work.
No, that's right. Yeah, that's why I said it reserves some power when I mean it dies. So basically what happens when the phone dies, like you can't use it, but there is a bit of power that you can still use. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So if the phone is completely dead, i.e. the battery power has completely depleted, you cannot make these SOS calls. And that was my statement. What if your phone is dead? Not if
Completely
it's critically
dead.
low.
Yeah.
If it's completely dead, you are a little bit stuffed. Now,
Yeah.
there is the same concept on the Samsung, so don't think that the iPhone is special.
No, right.
And
No,
this
right.
is only available, you are correct, this feature is exclusive to the iPhone 14 and later. So if you've got any iPhones before
Oh, the
that,
14
that's
has it as well. Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
know about that.
yeah, the 14 has got it as well. Now, with the Samsung Galaxy, if you have a Samsung Galaxy phone, it's from S22 series and later, so that means it's pretty new, and the Galaxy Note 20 series and later.
Okay.
So it
there you
is
go.
available. It is available, but as I said, if it's dead, no. You have to give it a little bit of charge. So you have to
Yeah.
walk around not only with your phone, but you need a charger, you need your charge lead, and you need a phone bank. And you need to make sure all are charged up, as well as your iPods, as well as your watch, and anything else you want to carry. There's a whole lot of technology right
but you
there
know,
in your hands.
But you know, the funny thing is that what people don't realize, we have so much reliance on the phone. Well, if you get up in the morning, you forget to charge your phone, you rush off, you get into the airport, whatever, get your ticket on the airport, ready to go through. Because most of us, we have that ticket on the phone, and it's not, and it's dead.
Yeah.
We
What if you
don't
get to
have
the
a
train
paper
station
backup.
and your phone's dead and your ticket is on the phone? Will they refuse you?
Forget the train station, because you can always get through the train station. I'm talking about you getting on an airplane to either come home or to fly out. And you don't, I would imagine, I'd like to know what's the statistics on people's phones dying just as they're going through to get their plane and the desk is shut or whatever it is. What would they do?
You'd have to miss your flight.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. We reliance it so much. What I do, obviously, I carry two phones. And what I do is I screenshot my ticket and I always send it to the other phone. So I got it on my other phone as well. So I got it on both phones. But if you've got an iPhone, two iPhones, they sync anyway. So if I don't have it on one phone, I got it on the other phone. And the only card that I walk around with, which I do need, is my Tesco's points card.
That's the only card. But no, you're absolutely
No, I'm not
correct. What if you are? What happens in a situation where you are going through the airport and your phone dies, or your phone malfunctions, even, or you drop your phone and it breaks?
Oh, it breaks, yeah. So I have a phone backup, a second phone, So if the wife says, "Why have you got two phones?" You say, "Well, babes, if it runs out, I've got a second one." There you go.
That's a good excuse. That's a good excuse if I ever
Into
saw
that.
one.
And also, jumping out of a plane, you know what? It's something that I actually want to do, Jump out of a plane, yeah, without a parachute.
I used to aspire to that years ago, but now as I got older, my bones can't take any of this scary stuff going on. Like even like roller coasters, I was a thrill seeker. I loved a roller coaster. Now I can't take it. I actually can't take it. You hear me screaming from yonder before even the ride starts. I'm screaming. Even the little ones that you get, those little fairground things you get like locally.
Yeah.
Even those things scare the hell out of me. I'm not good at these anymore now. I've just become a right chicken as I've got older.
You've become a
Can't
right
do
cluck
it.
cluck.
Cluck cluck. I'm a cluck cluck. Could I jump out of I'll do a tandem jump with an instructor. I'm not doing one by myself. No
I'll tell you what.
way. I want that parachute to open, and if that one don't open, the backup one that I got is gonna open. Somebody's is gonna open. I'm not jumping by myself. No. No. No, I couldn't do it.
Sorry if I'm just distracted just a little bit. I've just got some stuff to do in the background while you're talking, so I am listening, but just got
That's
to do
okay.
some changes.
But would anybody else do a parachute jump? Lady B, good morning, my lovely. How are you? It's Monday. It's 9:10. Would you do a parachute jump? Would you do one for charity? You know,
With
I
me,
would do,
I
you know,
definitely
like
would
for
do
the
it. Yeah,
charities that I
100%.
do, like for Black
I'll
History
do it for
Month.
free.
Maybe we
Parachute jump, hang gliding. I'd love to do some of that. Do you
Maybe
know?
we should do. Maybe we'll think about something for Black History Month that we can do to raise money that we can show on the day. So maybe we need
Yes.
to come out of our comfort shoes and do something for charity, like what Pablo's doing. That's such a great cause, and it's a
Try
great
and
thing you're
persuade
doing
Delight as
as well.
well to do it as well.
Well, Delight should be doing it, really. I say, you know, Delight, if you do it, you might get a chunk of money from me from your charity. I want to see you jump out that plane. So let's see if you've got the guts to
I'll tell you
do
what,
it,
Delight,
girl.
if you jump out of the plane, I would donate £100.
And I'll donate another £100, and between me and Sharky, we'll give you
£200.
£200
There you
if
go
you
for
jump out
Delight
of
to
that
jump
plane.
out of a plane.
Two
£10
hundred
if you
pounds.
don't, £100 if you do.
That's a good point.
No pressure.
For me, it's £1 if you don't. Right? You only get a pound. In fact, 10 pence. I got one here. 10
It was
pence you
wicked.
get in. That's it. Unless you
It's
jump out
so
the plane.
wicked. Oh gosh, it's so wicked.
Anyway, good morning, everybody. No, seriously, 10 pence. Watch me draw that in a minute. And just tip Pablo show 10 pence. There you go. You get the other £199 and 80 pence when Mrs. jumps out of the plane too. But we need Delight to do it as well. We need both of you. I want to see Delight. I want camera. You know, you get those little head cams. I want to see her face.
To see all the locks just flying all over the place.
Tie down the titty them though. Tie them down. You know what I mean? They might find some cushioning, anything, you know.
Oh dear.
Anyway, sorry about that. Sorry about that, Delight. You know I love you big time. You know I love you. But even if you don't, we're certainly definitely going to be contributing to the charity. But I'm going to wait and see. Seriously, and we want to see you jump out of the plane. But I'm coming back to a debate right now on here because we all sometimes think that it's safe to eat certain foods in. And really now, I don't know about you, by the way, the time that the food takes to go off is killing me at the moment. Anyone see butter go off?
Never noticed. I just use it till the end.
Anyone notice? I've had this tub of butter, I don't know, for less than a month. I don't eat a lot of butter. It's just now and again on some bread if someone comes round, but I don't really eat. Sometimes I cook with a little bit of butter. I'll put a little bit of butter on my veg, you know, after they cooked, all that kind of thing. Since when does butter go off or get mold?
I have no
what
idea. I
is
thought
that?
it was oil. I have no idea. None at all.
Well, somehow butter has anyone else experienced that, or is it just me? Did I have this butter too long? I didn't. I know I didn't. I buy it every couple of months because it doesn't go that quickly in my house. But this is the first time butter or margarine, whatever you use, it had gone off. I'm seeing mold. I had to throw it away yesterday. I'm like, what is this? Where does mold come from in butter? I don't understand. And food
No
is going off
idea.
so quickly. I bought
It
some
does,
peppers.
yeah. You notice that the foods are going off really fast these days, yeah.
By the next day, it was done. Even pomegranates
Not
or
good.
ponga nuts or whatever you call it, wherever you're from. They're all just going off. I can't take the state of food. Now, what else goes off is potatoes, right? Now,
Yeah,
we all
potatoes
know
you
that.
cook until that goes off.
Yeah. Well, I leave my potatoes on the windowsill, okay? I've got a little basket for all my vegetation that doesn't quite make it into the fridge, and my potatoes and sweet potatoes are there. But what about when it starts to sprout? You know, when they start getting little branches, like you need to put them back in the ground and you can get a few more potatoes from it. What about if it starts to sprout? Do you use potatoes when they've started to sprout? You know, you just cut round them. Parents
Well, I normally
used to.
just cut in a bit and then I would just eat. Is it bad? Does it go off?
And
I
then
thought it was-
parents used to dig out the eye. You know,
Dig out-
the
yeah,
eye was
yeah.
in. Dig it out, and you see these big craters in your potato where they've been dug out. But not only do they start to sprout, they go very soft very quickly. This soft factor is now coming in. Now, is it safe to eat? Would you eat a sprouting potato? We'll come back after Sharky plays this track and talk about sprouting potatoes and whether you eat them and whether it's safe to eat too.
Oh dear. I just feel so wicked at the moment.
Oh, definitely. Now, Delight actually said that she is driving and cracking up at us both. Unfortunately, she says she's unable to jump out the plane as she has slipped discs.
Okay.
And she said, plus, titty them too heavy. Well, you wouldn't
Could you
need
just?
no parachute.
They'd
You
be
know, you
like
could
two
just
rocks in
bounce
it.
off them. Just no, not rocks. They're like have
Balloons.
you? Well, I don't
No, I
know.
haven't seen them. No.
Oh, I was going to say you. I've had the pleasure of touching them. I've had the pleasure of resting my head there. Lay your head on my pillow and just relax. Listen, they're like it's like memory foam. Delights is like memory foam. You can lie and they'll be. It's lovely. It's lovely. Don't. I'm not taking the pee out of them at all. They are absolutely fantastic. Provide a great cushioning. You don't even need no parachute, Delight. But I understand you've got a slip disc, so it's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
never
it's
mind.
not
We
gonna
tried.
happen.
Maybe there's gonna be next year.
We could find some different challenge for her. What about that?
In it, we could do.
Yeah.
That's an idea. Different challenge. We could have breakfast flight show challenges. We challenge each other on our breakfast flight shows to do something.
We can go
and we
from
do
quick
it
fire
for
to
money.
quick challenge, quick challenge, quick challenge, quick challenge.
Quick challenge. So that's what we're going to do. Maybe every week we're going to challenge Pablo or challenge Delight or challenge Sharky or challenge HPQ. It's going to be one of them. Challenge us to
challenge,
do
yeah.
something. And we've got to do it. We've got to do it. We've got to do it. And then we'll
You're not
give
going to
some
get
money.
me to eat no frog's legs, no shrimps or
No
anything
goat's
like
balls.
that. Goat's balls.
Anyway, let me come back and talk about some of these chat as well. We're talking about margarine or butter that goes off. Lady B says it's disgusting, but butter doesn't come in tubs. Do I mean margarine? Yes, I did. And Kelsa P says it's to do with the poor storage before you buy. It's not the supermarkets. Lady B says the big shops are paying less for food that's nearly off and selling to us at higher prices. To be quite honest with you, I think it's the Lidl's and the Aldis of this world that are buying the cheap goods that are nearly off and are able to sell it at the lower prices than the major supermarkets because they are going off so quickly. Now, supermarkets like Tesco and Asda and so forth, their food stuffs don't last any much longer than the Aldis and the Lidl's. Fractionally more that lasts longer is Waitrose and Marks and Spencer's. So if you want good food quality, you've got to pay so much more for it. Lady B says once food starts to sprout, it becomes poisonous. First Lady says she'll cut them off and yam them same way. Mary King says I used to dig the potato sprouts and still use them. Kelsey P says, isn't it a bit poisonous? Yes, we've got a lot of the chat going on here. Got a 4-pack of sprouting now. We'll use them by today, says First Lady. You ain't wasting nothing. I don't blame you, girl, in this day and age. Delight says, I'm going to cut my locks off for charity probably by the end of the year. Wow. That's a big major thing.
That is.
Delight,
I was just
that's a
reading
lot.
that. I want to be there. I'm going to film it for you. I'm coming down with my cameras, all different angles, and I'm going to stream it live and film it. There you go.
Oh, you got to keep them. Can I have one for keeps, please?
They are long in it. Don't they reach the ground or something like that?
They are very long. Very, very long.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're talking about sprouting potatoes. Are they safe? Of course they're not safe to eat when they are sprouting. I mean, most of them are completely safe to eat that have sprouted. But what happens is you'll see green spots that appear on your potatoes. Suddenly they start going a bit green or they go slightly soft.
Yeah, I've seen the green, yeah.
Yeah, so the green hue actually comes from, kind of pronounces, chlorophyll, which isn't toxic, but its green colour is a good indication that there's an excess concentration of some glycolide that you don't want to have. Now, fresh potatoes should not look sprouted or have any green hue on it at all. But if you are eating the sprouting potatoes, they contain these glycolides, which are carcinogenic and also can cause some pretty uncomfortable symptoms. Now, they can cause gastrointestinal upset, cramps, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting. People can lose their blood pressure, have fever. This is in the extreme cases. I'm sure, not everyone's going to do it. And there's been a very few rare cases of death after eating toxic potatoes. All right? Very few. But it can take up to a day or two for it to pass through.
Gosh.
Now, if you get poisoning from toxic potatoes, generally you can treat them at home. You could just see your doctor or whatever. But your best way to stop this from happening is to toss out those old potatoes. Now, years ago, I would have said, sprouting potatoes, no problem, just eat them. But now, with the fact that we don't know how long they've been held in warehouses, they're going off so much more quicker. Is it really safe to eat? And we don't know what chemicals are going on them. That's more important.
Mm.
To that as well. So I think we just need to be a little bit more careful with our food, even though it's costing us a little bit more. Be careful, and
Yeah.
it's the same with eggs. No longer will I buy cheap eggs. I would stop buying cheap eggs completely. And my eggs are costing £3.50, 4.99
Yeah.
now. I want more organic eggs. They look better. You know, when you
Yeah,
crack
they
them
do.
open and they just fall flat in the bowl, they're off. Eggs are not supposed to be flat in a bowl. There's a test for eggs as well. For those that don't know, salmonella poisoning. Please be careful. It's still rife out there.
Yeah.
So think about your
I've
food. Now, Mary King says, I don't have problems with Aldi. I love Aldi. I was shopping in Aldi just yesterday. I don't have a problem with Aldi, but if
they
I'm
got
gonna
some wicked
buy
prosecco.
if I'm gonna buy some fresh vegetables, I have to make sure I'm buying it by the day and not trying to line it up for the week because it's not gonna last that long. That's all I can say. First lady says, I just use egg whites. Well, just because the egg yolk is flat doesn't mean to say the egg white is any better, First lady. If it's flat and it's off, it's off, it's
It's
off.
off.
You know,
It's off.
but we're all still here. We're all fighting at the same cause to make sure that we see another day. Just be careful with your food. Lady B says organic eggs look and smell better. I am actually going to invest in some chickens. I kid you not. I want
Have your
fresh
own
eggs
egg
every
every
day.
morning. Yeah.
Yeah, get 2 chickens. I'm going to get 2 chickens and a herb garden. And I just have to make sure they're in nets because the cats will be after them all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get some chickens. I want fresh eggs every day. And what's the best way but making eggs yourself? I love egg. Let's get 2 chickens. They're not that
Yeah.
expensive, I don't think. I'm going to see how much chickens cost, actually. Check out
Well, I'll tell you
chickens.
what, like yourself, as you know, I think I was the one that introduced you to buying more expensive eggs. I do go for um, the because when you do open them, you can see the orange in the eggs. You can see the quality of the egg compared to like the cheaper Tesco's ones, and you know they say it's organic or what's the other word? Free range eggs, right? But there is a big difference. I remember buying it from a side shop, corner shop. Bought an egg, took it back, and like you said, I cracked it open and it just went flat and it was just yellow. And I looked at it and I thought, that don't look normal at all. And I started cooking it and I just took it cooked back to the shop and I said, can I have my money back? You know,
Yeah, there's
he said,
sometimes you
I'll
cook an
take
egg.
another one. I was like, no, it's
No,
okay.
thanks.
And it was horrible, yellow, flat egg. And I was after that, you know, pure expensive egg and that's it. So, yes, it costs a bit more to have good quality eggs. And you don't even know if they are better, but you do know by the colour and everything. So, yes, definitely.
We'll do a colour test. Let's hope they don't put colouring in.
Definitely.
And Cheryl A says, HPQ, mine, the foxes don't come sniffing. You know something? In Wolverhampton, I haven't seen many foxes. Not like
I've seen
London.
one or two. Yeah,
I haven't seen one. I haven't seen one fox up here, but they'll be kept in a coop. They'll be free range, of course. They'll be strolling.
There's more
know.
country. There's more countryside, so they stick to the country. Most of the foxes will.
Yep. And
Like
where
in
do you
London,
buy?
they've got rid of all the parks and all the countryside, innit? That's why they come in and they're born in London now, so they think they got it right.
And where do you get egg whites from? How can you buy egg whites? Where do you get that from? Is it in a box? Help me out, First Lady. I am just reading up about egg whites.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can buy egg whites by the box. You know, two chicks is one such egg white company. Now what they're saying is they are essentially high pure protein, have fewer calories than a whole egg, and have a small amount of fat. And it can be, they're saying it can be feel very wasteful to crack open eggs and toss the yolks. So buying a box of liquid egg whites is a smart way to avoid them. But you're taking away the fact that you got fresh egg white in an egg, and then you get it in a box which has been fed with what kind of chemicals to keep it good for how long? You're negating
And you
the
don't
fact
even
that
know
you're
what type
taking
of egg.
something.
You don't even know what type of egg you're getting. To be honest with you.
Do you know what I mean? So jury's out on that one. It is very wasteful if you're using eggs and you don't eat the yolk. Fair enough, I get that. And for people that what they call it, gluten or dairy free, they don't want to eat eggs. They can just have a liquid egg. I don't even know. But liquid egg whites. Wow. Wow, and it's not cheap either just to get egg
No.
whites. It really isn't. And Sainsbury's, yes, do it. Sorry, I'm reading about it as I'm watching. So First Lady says, Mary Kig, yeah, I don't do egg yolks. I know a lot of people don't do yolks. Mary Kig says, I've seen in the shots plenty of people eat the egg white for health reasons. Correct, and she's gonna put it in the group chat.
Hmm.
Now I was looking at chickens, getting some chickens, and I just quickly looked at the price and what it would cost to get chickens. Now you need to get a chicken coop, get the run, get the bedding. Probably cost about £600 a year to run, but if you're selling eggs, it'd be all right. But, so this is a very big but that I found here. Now, the problem is that having chickens can also lead to pest problems, specifically rats. Because rats love to hang out with chicken and chicken coops. And this is because the rats eat the chicken food and drink the chicken water.
Wow.
And also the bedding in the chicken coops, rats like to share. So I don't know if I like rats sharing my chicken coop with my fresh eggs. Some
Not
rats
even mouse,
over it.
rats.
Rats specifically like them.
So some people live with rats, so they should be used to it.
Not me, mate. Not if I could tell you about the sewer rat that I saw. Remember the sewer rat story? Let's not go back to that. But yeah, I suppose it's a job, isn't it? If you have a chicken coop, you just got to make sure you clean it out all the time, keep it very clean, have enough borders around it where the rats can't get in.
Mm-hmm.
But they can climb, they can get through smaller holes, they can do absolutely anything. But I really want a chicken coop. This has really upset me now because I actually really wanted one, and now I can't have one. Never mind.
So you're not going to get one now then?
Well, not unless you're going to help me clean it, then yes, that would be great.
I don't think I'd have a choice. I really don't think I really don't think I'll have a choice.
But anyway, it's time for HPQ to run. I'll be back tomorrow, back again with the Breakfast Flight Show, with SharkyDJ with more news, tips and reviews. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today. Good morning, good evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, and thank you very much, HPQ.